Hey there guys, it's Attack on Samurott, and here is another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This is Wi-Fi battle number 31, and this is against Daniel, a person I found on Twitch who had wanted to battle me. So, his team consists of Alola, Umbreon, Alakazam, Gengar, Tyranitar, and Darmanitan, while I have the same team I used last time with Mega Scizor, Swampert, Snorlax, Alakazam, Virizion, and Arcanine. So yeah, I remember this battle being kind of long too. But yeah, so let's get it started. So he's gonna start off with Darmanitan, I believe, just like the battle with Matt. Yeah, he's gonna start with Darmanitan, and I start off with my Swampert to get up Stealth Rocks. He's gonna go for U-turn, just like how Matt did in our battle last time. So again, I'm gonna get off the Jogoku Berry damage, and he's gonna switch out. Probably gonna go into, I think, a Alola. Yeah, he goes into a Alola. Gonna go for the Stealth Rocks right here. He's gonna switch out. I guess I wanted to take a Toxic or something. I guess that's what he was predicting. He's gonna go into his King Nappy, aka his Gengar. And I am going to switch out and gonna go for my Hibernation to take whatever this thing might do. He's gonna switch out Gengar, not wanting to take a Crunch or whatever. He's gonna go into his T-Tar to take the damage. So yeah, T-Tar's in here, he's gonna set up the sand. And I remember this T-Tar being a Mega T-Tar, I think. He's gonna go for the Crunch, and Crunch is gonna do no damage. Actually wasn't, yeah, that was a crit, never mind, they did nothing. But yeah, so I'm gonna take some Sandstorm damage. He's gonna Mega Evolve his Mega T-Tar, which you really don't see too often, but yeah, he's gonna go for a D-Dance. So at the time, in my mind, I thought, okay, it's over. Mega T-Tar completely walls my whole team. I mean, completely destroys my whole team. I'm gonna Toxic him because that's pretty much all that Hibernation can do. I am going to take more more Sandstorm damage, but getting this Tyranitar Toxic did help in the battle. So yeah, he's gonna take some Toxic damage. I'm gonna switch out Finn, since Finn is my defensive wall, and I'm going to take whatever this thing was going to do. He's going to go for an Earthquake. Earthquake isn't stab, but that does so much damage. He actually got a crit right there. Because he had set up a D-Dance, okay, no, he's going to switch. I thought he said he didn't, okay. So he's going to switch, going to go into his Darkness, his Umbreon. I guess predicting a Scald, and I guess trying to get a Synchronized or whatever. I'm going to go for EQ. And Earthquake does a decent amount to his Umbreon, actually. So that told me that he was probably running a specially defensive Umbreon, which is pretty much the common Umbreon set. So he's gonna go for Heal Bell, which was actually a really good play for him because now T-Tar isn't poison isn't toxic or whatever. So yeah, EQ was still doing a lot of damage, which I was actually very surprised at the time at how much that Earthquake did to this thing. So I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go for What Is Life, my Virizion. I think I was predicting something, or I wanted to scare this thing out. He's going to go for a Moonlight to restore his HP, which was, again, not a bad play. Oh wait, no, he actually went for Wish, my bad. So he went for Wish, right here. And he went for Protect, so he's running a Wish Protect Umbreon, which is a pretty common set for Umbreon. I am going to set up my Calm Mind on the Protect, because I knew he was going to do that. And he is going to Wish up, get back to pretty much full health, especially after the leftovers. So he's pretty much at about full health. He's going to switch out his Darkness, and I believe he goes into Gengar predicting Focus Blast, which was actually a really good play for him. So Gengar is going to take some more Stealth Rock damage. I do go for the Focus Blast, and Since Gengar is Ghost, Focus Blast does not affect because Focus Blast is a fighting type move. So I'm gonna switch into Hibernation and take whatever this thing's gonna do. He went for a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb did a lot of damage actually. Even for Snorlax being a specially defensive wall. So Darkness is back. Darkness is gonna take some Self Rock damage too. And I think I predicted that switch and went back into Virizion. Okay, no, I went into Finn. Okay, so I went back into Finn. Umbreon is gonna gain some leftovers health back. He goes for the Wish. I think he wanted to Wish past this to his Tyranitar, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna go for an Earthquake. Again, Earthquake is still doing a lot of damage, which again, like I said before, I was very surprised at how much that Earthquake did to this thing. So he's gonna go for Foul Play, and that is gonna take on my Finn, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, so Darkness is gonna be back to full health after the Wish, and I'm going to go back into Hibernation. And I think I go for a Body Slam. He's gonna go for Foul Play, and Foul Play does a lot to me. I'm gonna go for the Toxic. Because he's synchronized, that is going to be passed on. That is going to be passed back to Hibernation, which does kind of suck. So I believe I actually kept Hibernation around to be set. So I think I'm going to switch this thing out and going to go into my Deadpool, I think. But yes, he's going to switch. Gonna go for, oh no, okay, so I was wrong. I went back into What Is Life. He's gonna go for Protect. Gonna gain some leftovers health back and pretty much be back to full. But the Toxic will bring him back down. So I'm gonna go for a Calm Mind again, I think, or I predicted Gengar went for Hidden Power Ice. I don't remember which one. But he's gonna go into D Spoons, the Alakazam, as I go for a Hidden Power Ice, and HP Ice does a decent amount actually. So I'm gonna switch. Gonna go into my Deadpool since that's like the best play I can make. He's gonna go for a Side Shock. That's gonna do nothing. Since that does hit on the defensive side, and Scizor has a lot of defense, so it can take. I mean, it's pretty bulky. So Alola is back. I'm gonna Mega Evolve, go for a U-turn, and I believe I switch back into What Is Life. Almost I go for the U-turn, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the U-turn. U-turn is gonna do a decent amount to this thing. So I'm gonna switch. Gonna go into, okay, no, I went into Hibernation. Okay, so I went into Hibernation. Alola is gonna get some leftovers health back too, so so Hibernation is at like 6%, so he's gonna go for Protect, I guess predicting a move, and I actually went for Rest right here, so I was able to preserve my my Snorlax very nicely. So now Snorlax is pretty much back to full health, and not toxic anymore. So this was definitely very good for me. So he's gonna switch out, and I think he goes back into, okay, no, he goes into his Umbreon right here. So he goes back into Umbreon. Umbreon is still taking some self-guard damage. I'm gonna go for a Toxic. He's gonna negate that, or I guess dodge it, whatever. But Toxic doesn't land anyway, so he's gonna take some Toxic damage too. I'm gonna switch out. Gonna go back into Deadpool, I believe, or I went back into What Is Life. Okay, yes, I went back into What Is Life. I think he goes for, okay, he goes for Heal Bill. He's gonna go for Heal Bill and gonna recover from his Toxic, which was again a pretty good play for him. But really 1v1, Umbreon can't really handle Virizion, so he's gonna switch out, gonna go back into Alola, I believe. Okay, no, he goes into King Nappy, predicting another Focus Blast, as I believe I went for another Hidden Power Ice. Okay, no, I went for Giga Drain, so I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain. Giga Drain does like, actually I did a decent amount to it. For it being stabbed and for Gengar being per poison, that did actually do a decent amount. So he's gonna go for Sludge Bomb. and I'm just gonna stay in. He's gonna go for another Sludge Bomb, predicting me to switch out, but I did not switch out because there was no need to. I'm gonna go for a U-turn. U-turn is not gonna take out this King Nappy, unfortunately, but I did get a huge amount of damage on it. So I'm gonna switch back and I'm gonna go into hibernation, and I think he's still going for Sludge Bomb. Okay, no, I think I predicted him to go for another Sludge Bomb, and I went back into Deadpool. Yeah, he does go for another Sludge Bomb, so that told me that he was probably, I thought at the time that he was Choice Specs, because he kept going Sludge Bomb, but I don't know. But anyways, Gengar's gone, so he has Alola, Umbreon, D-Spoons, the Alakazam, and his Mega T-Tar still left. And Alola is being taken down. He is also being whittled down by U-turn, so that's very nice. Gonna go back into Virizion, and he's gonna go for a Skull, trying to fish for a Burn, which I think he does get. I think he does get this. Okay, no, he doesn't get the Skull Burn, unfortunately for him. So I am gonna gain some leftovers health and be back to full health. He's also gonna gain some leftovers health too. I believe if I go for a Calm Mind, predicting him to switch out, I think he's gonna go back into Darmanitan, as I believe I go for a Giga Drain. Okay, no, I went for Giga Drain. So Giga Drain actually does a lot to that Darmanitan, since Darmanitan is like very frail, like it hit incredibly hard. But yeah, so I'm gonna switch, gonna go into Alpha, gonna intimidate this thing so that way it can't do a lot with this Flare Blitz or whatever it might do. So yeah, he does go for the Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz after -1 is gonna do a huge amount, actually, even after -1. Like, that does an incredible amount of damage. So he's gonna switch Breaking and Extreme Speed. I'm gonna go. Okay, no, he's gonna go back into Alola, as I go for a Morning Sun to be back to full health. So yeah, he can't bring his in his Darmanitan anymore. He can't bring it in safely anymore because of the Stealth Rocks, so that is pretty unfortunate for him. So I'm gonna switch out and gonna go back into hibernation. I believe I wanted to try and Toxic this thing. He's gonna Toxic me though. So that is kind of unfortunate, but really nothing much I can do. This thing is pretty much back to full health now because of its leftovers. And also, if you guys haven't noticed, every time that Alola comes in, it's always at full health. That's because of its ability Regenerator. So every time it switches out, its health gets recovered back to about, I think its health is recovered at like 30%. But yeah, I go for the Body Slam right there, and I do get the paralysis, which I didn't really want at the time because I really wanted the Toxic Alola, since Alola is one of the biggest Stallmons in existence. But yeah, so he's gonna switch out Alola as I go back into Scizor. He's gonna bring in Mega T-Tar, which honestly was not a very good play for him because Mega T-Tar versus Mega Scizor always wins. So really not the best play, but he does get the Wish right there, and he made a really good play bringing T-Tar in and getting the Wish and gonna switch back into Alola. That was a very good play for him. But I'm gonna go for the U-turn, and I am gonna bring this thing down a little more, which is definitely nice. Gonna go into What Is Life to scare this thing out. And yeah, since Gengar's gone, Virizion can pretty much come in freely. So this was definitely very good for me. So Alola is taking some Sandstorm damage, which is definitely nice. And I'm recovering some leftovers health too. So yeah, he's gonna switch out, and I believe he goes back into D-Spoons, I think. Yeah, he goes back into D-Spoons. Because Alakazam is a Magic Art, it's not going to take it's not going to take Stealth Rocks or Sandstorm damage. So gonna go for the Focus Blast. Focus Blast does a decent amount of this thing for it being not very effective. But yes, I'm gonna switch out right here, and I believe I switch into Deadpool to take the Psychic. Okay, no, I go into I go into alpha right here. I don't know why I went into alpha. I think I was predicting something else, I think. The ace can go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to do a decent, actually a hefty amount to Arcanine, actually being a 2 KO pretty much. He's going to switch out D-Spoons, and I think he goes back into his T-Tar. Okay, now he goes into Darkness. So he's going to go into his Umbreon as I go for an Extreme Speed. So Extreme Speed, gonna hit, and I actually did a decent amount to it. Gonna take some Life Orb damage too. The Sandstorm does subside, so Arcanine doesn't have to take anymore, but unfortunately Darkness doesn't get whittled down by Sandstorm. Won't get whittled down by Sandstorm, but I do land the Flare Blitz right here, and that is most definitely going to take out this Umbreon. So Umbreon's gone. Definitely a huge thing that had hindered me very much. She's going to switch into I can't even say its name. Alola. I'm going to go for a Morning Sun and trying to restore my health back to full health. So he's going to go for a Wish. Don't really know what the play was then. I think he was trying to wish so that we can bring D-Spoons, his Alakazam, back to full health. But yeah, Alola is, I am going for a Wild Charge. Wild Charge is not stat, but it does a huge amount to his Alola right there. I'm going to take some Recoil and Life Orb damage. He's going to go for a Scald, and I believe this is going to take me out. Yeah, that is going to take on my Arcanine, which is kind of unfortunate. But I guess not the. It wasn't the best sack, I guess. But he is gonna. But the Wish is gonna recover him back to full health plus leftovers. So the Wild Charge was kind of useless. So I'm gonna set up a Calm Mind with my Alakazam, and really Alola can't do anything to me. Skull really doesn't do that much. If he burns me, it really doesn't matter because Alakazam is Magikarp and it doesn't take any damage. And I'm going to set up another Skull, another Calm Mind, because I really wanted to make sure that this thing was gone, because Alola is a threat. He is a huge pain, so I wanted to make sure I got rid of that thing. So I'm going to go for a Psychic, and that is going to be an Oko right there. Yep, there it goes. It just dropped. So there goes Alola. So Lolomola's gone. He's gonna go into D-Spoons, and D-Spoons can't really do anything to me because I'm at +2 in special defense. So this Shadow Ball is gonna do it does a lot, but it doesn't take me out. So I'm gonna go for a Shadow Ball, and that is gonna take out his D-Spoons, his Alakazam. So now Alakazam is gone. Now all he has left is T-Tar, I believe, and I think that's it. I think that's all he has. I think that's all he has left. Oh wait, no, Darmanitan, but that thing dies to Stealth Rock, so it really doesn't matter. So T-Tar's in here, gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. It's not stab, but it's +2, and it does a huge amount. Doesn't kill because of the Sandstream, but it did a huge amount to this thing. So Alakazam is gonna go down, but that's fine. It took 2 months with it, which I'm okay with. Which I was okay with at the time. So I'm gonna bring in Deadpool. And I'm going to take this thing out with a BP, and Darmanitan is going to die to Stealth Rocks. And that's pretty much going to be a game. So, yeah, good game, Daniel. That was very fun. It was a very fun game. I really liked it. He had an interesting team. But Umbreon and Alola, they're horrible. They're just horrible together. They are the true stall tactics or whatever. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next Wi-Fi battle. So yeah, leave a like if you want more content. Follow me on Twitter if you guys want to battle me or leave questions or whatever. And what's the other thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, and subscribe. And subscribe if you want more content like this. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another Wi-Fi battle.